Today I'm making a delicious and very popular on our website strawberry cream cake. The base of this cake is a simple vanilla cake. So start by measuring your flour. You need 1.5 cups all-purpose flour, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, half a teaspoon of kosher salt. Whisk those dry ingredients together. And then in my mixer, I have a stick of room temperature butter, and to that I'm adding 1/2 cup of granulated sugar. Beat that until light and fluffy. Meanwhile, you can separate some eggs. You need 2 egg yolks and 2 whole eggs. I already separated mine. And I'm just gonna add my vanilla directly to my eggs. I do that sometimes when I'm baking at home. Half a teaspoon of pure vanilla extract. Because why not? This is a pretty small recipe, so it makes sense to scrape down the bowl because you will probably find that not all of it is being whipped up by the paddle because the bowl is quite large. So make sure you take the time to do that so that it creams properly. Okay, then you can beat in your eggs. If you allow them to, they will drop pretty much one at a time out of the bowl or measuring cup, so you can add them one at a time. Then you want to add your dry ingredients and your milk, which is 1/2 cup of milk. You alternate them so that they combine properly. So add a little bit of your flour. Usually it's 3 additions of the dry ingredient and 2 additions of whatever the wet mixture is, but that's just to ensure that you have a nice evenly mixed batter. If all of your ingredients are room temperature, your cakes bake nicely and they combine nicely too. Oftentimes, if you add cold milk to your creamed butter and egg mixture, with or without the flour, it will also look curdled. I'll add some more flour. All right, there we go. Getting impatient. Mix everything in, scrape the bottom of the bowl, all of that. You know, it's harder for me because I'm doing this backwards, just so you know. Scrape down your bowl one more time to ensure that everything is fully combined and gets everything up off the bottom of the bowl. And then this can be poured into a buttered and floured and parchment lined 8-inch cake pan. Okie doke. Have your oven preheating to 350 degrees. Spread your batter evenly into the pan. And then bake it until a toothpick inserted in the center comes out clean. That'll take about 30 to 35 minutes. To assemble your cake, you're going to want to make a stabilized whipped cream. And to do that, you need to bloom some unflavored gelatin. A teaspoon is all you need for this recipe, so that's not a whole packet. Sprinkle it over 2 tablespoons of water and just let it sit there for a minute to soften. That's called blooming. And while you're waiting, you can cut up your berries. I have a pound of berries here. Slice them about 1/4 of an inch thick, 1/8 of an inch thick. And they are going to be macerated with some sugar. In a bowl with 1/4 cup sugar. And just let that sit for a little while, and let it sit. 30 minutes is a good amount of time, more or less. That's going to allow the juices of the berries to pull out and the sugar should dissolve in that amount of time. Give it a stir every once in a while. Once your gelatin has bloomed, you want to heat it up just a little bit in order to melt it fully so that there aren't little like they feel like balls of gelatin in your mouth. Right now the gelatin mixture looks cloudy, but you want to heat this on a low heat just to dissolve the gelatin, and then take it off, turn that off, and you're going to whip some cream for the center of the cake as well. This is 1.5 cups of heavy cream. Mixer with a 1/4 cup of sugar, and beat in the gelatin. I'm going to start beating it first and then add the gelatin slowly. Okay, cream whipped. Now all you need is your cooled cake to assemble. So you're gonna let your cake cool completely and then slice it in half to build a layer cake. You can get really, really fussy and sort of measure everything if you want to. I tend not to do that unless I'm doing it for like a photo shoot or something. I just eyeball it, which often ends up in a very, very crooked cake. But does it matter? It really doesn't. So then add half of your whipped cream. So it's 3 cups of total whipped cream after it's whipped, so you use about 1.5 cups. I'm supposed to do the berries first. That way they'll soak into the cake and also give something so they don't slide around. So add half of your berries. Sorry. No one will know once you cover it all up. Only you will know. Half the berries. The rest you can save to put on top of your cake. Smells good. Macerating berries makes even like not the most amazing berries delicious. So take that note. Then add your cream. Using the stabilized whipped cream here is great because it'll set up more in the refrigerator and you won't have to worry about it getting all melty or anything like that. If you're a vegetarian and you don't want to use gelatin, I think there are vegetarian options like agar-agar that you can use. I often just do, instead of granulated sugar, I use confectioner's sugar, which has a little bit of cornstarch in it, and it doesn't completely stabilize it, but it does a good job in making it a little bit hardier and sturdier. Top with the second piece of cake, and then more of the whipped cream. You can do this now or you can do it later. If you do it now, then it'll set on top of your cake, which is what the recipe calls to do. Leave about 1 inch, I guess, border, a little bit less all around so you can see the top of your cake, but you get plenty of whipped cream on each slice. And then this is a little tricky. I probably should have built this directly on the cake stand. Put it on your cake stand and get it into the refrigerator to set. You build it on your cake stand, which is much smarter than what I did. You don't have to worry about it sliding around when you transfer it. Get it in the fridge and let it set. When the cake has set, you're going to top it off with strawberries right before you serve it. So save your strawberries in the refrigerator right alongside your cake. Probably don't want too much of that syrup, so spoon the berries out of the syrup and, I don't know, make a soda with your syrup. This is a bright and summery dessert, and you can use any berries that you want. Try this with raspberries or blackberries, or even sliced peaches would be delicious. Give it a try. If you like recipes like this and you want more, make sure to click like and subscribe because we have plenty more where this came from.